Um, so the strength here is they have interest, experience, openness to dealing with each other and creating what will be the possible future of this sort of stuff. Weaknesses, as I mentioned, is that the representation of the migrant community is necessarily small, so that's a limitation. And the other thing is that um, the situation in the academic community these days, not just in JAMK, but in other institutions where I arrive as a lecturer, um, I find is that we have a majority of students who are not native, who, it's on one hand, it's a strength. There's this incredible diversity in the classroom. And on the other hand, in our case, um, there's not a great Finnish voice to speak that side of the story. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, and it doesn't reflect on anything in the performance or the capacity of the team. It's simply about the diversity of the makeup, which is sort of challenging.
Yeah. What does the team need to do now to ensure successful outcomes for phase two?
Well, I think the important thing is to clarify the strategy and the objectives for what we call the completion. Well, actually, I mean, we have the strategy in place for the completion of the current materials and their translation. Um, how we need to decide how there are several issues. One is production, marketing is the second one, and the third one, of course, is preparing people to use the game. The idea of creating facilitation guides in not just paper but video and so on. So it's not just resting on the core team, but on who will be part of this in the coming semester, and how can we make sure that they get good direction in how they create and what they create, and that uh, they're able to do the marketing and the development, the further. I might add on the side that in talking about this in a variety of different settings, for example, I have had several universities saying, yes, we want in on this project. We want to do it for our country. Certainly the acculturation of migrants is a major issue for us in Europe and all over the world for that matter. But nonetheless, what we're developing here could be useful in a whole mess of different contexts. And we shouldn't, I think the biggest challenge for us is to sort of make a pathway between making sure that we have clear objectives and goals and procedures to get to them, and at the same time sort of multitasking, because a number of these things can be simultaneously worked on. And that means on the part of the team, really good management, really good delegation, and really good communication with the rest of the class, and of course with the outside stakeholders as well.